It's been 15 years I'm a baker, and being a baker for some people can be much more than just a job. For some it's a passion, it might also be just a way of living. And for some people it started as a hobby and slowly it became a way of life. For me, what pushed me to be a baker, it was for two reasons, and the first one was very simple. I always loved chocolatine, or the most popular name is pain au chocolat. And I ate so many of them that I kind of feel like my body is made with 70% of chocolatine. And the second reason, it was just because I wanted to travel. It was always a good opportunity to find a job and travel the world. So it was really great for this. I've always been very attached to my freedom. I'm talking about my freedom of moving and doing whatever I want. So the possibility to work pretty much anywhere and to learn many other techniques and other things in different countries. And also, to meet different people through a universal passion. Today in this video, I'm going to share with you the good side of being a baker. All the advantages that not everybody think about, and those I also discovered along the way. So let's go. Being a baker, it's more than just making and following recipes. It's starting something with raw ingredients. Flour, water, sourdough, butter, salt, sugar, anything. It's all about transforming all of this into something delicious. So yes, it's kind of magical. A few hours later, you have a beautiful crunchy loaf ready to eat. A super buttery golden brioche, or eventually a wonderful tart that make your mouth water. So yes, baking stimulates all your senses. It just makes you curious, and it pushes you to new experiments and to create new things. So when I traveled, I discovered each time new recipes, I learned new techniques, new way to do things, and I wanted to adapt myself and also adapt the recipes and try them, test them, and kind of make my own recipe. So yes, in many jobs, you work on projects that takes weeks and sometimes months before seeing any result. But in the bakery, it's the opposite. You arrive in the morning, nothing is done, and you leave at the end of the day and everything has been done anytime. So just in a few hours you've got bread, brioche, pastries, so many things, and the shop is full, and you can see the customer, they're quite happy to eat good stuff. You make something, it's tangible, you can see the result, and you take part in it from start to finish. So yes, you start with just flours and water, and at the end of the day, the bread you made end up on the table of a family, for example. That can be very rewarding for some people. And honestly, who can resist to the amazing smell of a bakery? Because when you work inside, you're going to be surrounded by the aromas of what you're making. Bread coming out the oven, caramelized sugar on pastries, chocolate, and customers often say, "Oh wow, it smells amazing here." And yes, this is true. Just the smell can brighten your mood. There's the atmosphere also. Yes, baker is a very, very physical job, and you wake up very early sometimes, but when the team get along, you can really have like crazy laugh from 4 a.m. in the morning. So you just build a strong relationship and friendship that sometimes, who knows, can become like a lifetime friendship. So yes, being a baker means being also in contact with each other and with people. So it's not just selling bread only or making bread. Sometimes the customer, they come in, they share their day, their thoughts, and you end up talking. Then sometimes some of them, they become regular, and you learn their names, their preferences, and start getting along. And it happened to me even sometimes, like a customer became a friend. So yes, it's a job where you also share and where you also discover different background, different people, because everyone can come to the bakery. Sometimes you're learning more than you give at the end of the day. So now, personally, I've never been really passionate about this job. For me, it has always been more like a way of living, a way to travel, a way to do what I want to do. But I clearly understand why some people, they can feel like they love, this is their passion. I can understand. Because in some way it's true, you just take part in people's daily life and you do something concrete, something that has meaning. It's kind of rewarding, like I said, So you just know that what you bring create joy, conviviality, and for some baker, that's a real source of pride. But for me, like I said, it was more like to get my independence. You can decide to start your own business, or you can do a short-term contract, seasonal contract, go somewhere and just find a job like that. You can choose the product you want to do, the type of product you want to do, what you want to sell, and you can create your own style. That's kind of independence also. You want to bake only sourdough? You can. You want to make only, croissant? You can. You can even move abroad and open a bakery. Everything is possible. Opportunities, they are everywhere with this job. And like I was saying, yes, everywhere in the world people eat bread. So everywhere you will go, it will be easy to find a job if you want to be a baker. You will learn new techniques, like I said, and you can find a job. So like you go in France, you will learn to make the baguette. You know, in India, for example, you will learn to make the naan. Or in Turkey, you will make simit. Or in Lapland, you will learn the polar bread, for example. So you can travel and learn elsewhere. And most importantly, I think this job will always be in demand. I mean, hopefully, because the industrial is also a big game changer. There will always be a need of people making bread. Because yes, unfortunately, baking has also an industrial side that I try to avoid when I visit the bakery, when I travel. But eventually I will talk about the industrial bakeries, industrial side in another video. One important thing is baker, as you know, it's not a desk job. You move, you lift, you shape all day, you stay active. So in some way it's physical, but it keeps you fit also. As long as you take care of yourself, good shoes, good movement, good posture of the back, good organization, and you can avoid lots of pain, which is very important. But honestly, you need to really be careful doing this job because it's a really demanding job. You can really also easily develop health issues. Most of the time it's the shoulder and the back for the bakers. So if you're not careful, you can get problems very easily. And also, there's a real mental satisfaction as doing this job. When you create something from scratch and you get the result of something you made, so you feel useful. So yes, at the end of the day, you're tired, but you have achieved something. You started and finished something. No unfinished task. Just go home, sleep, do repeat. Much less worries. So of course, it's a very different type of lifestyle because you wake up in the morning, so you see the city waking up. You meet people that you'd usually probably not meet, and most of the time you get your afternoon free because you work in the morning, so you don't have the same routine as everyone else. So that means you avoid rush hour. You have half day almost every day if you have some paper to do, to go to administration and go to the shop. You can just go, everything is open. So yes, for me, it allowed me to travel in many different bakeries and many countries, and also to live in different countries, which is even better because it's not like only tourists. So it's kind of a necessity for me. That's why I did this job. It allowed me to achieve many of my dreams. I have a different approach now, and I want to do other things with the experience I got. And of course, this is something you will see on video because I'm gonna make a full series, I think, of a new project. The conclusion of this video, being a baker, it's also a creative, human, passionate, fulfilling job. Don't forget to check, there's also the downside of the bakery, of course. There's not only good side.